So I want to talk about perspective just for a bit. And remembering that our perspective, your own personal perspective, is the most important thing. Why is that? As we've been going through this awakening process, we've had different messages and they expand. So a lot of them expand. And also, a lot of us are from different places in the multiverse. So maybe we experience something that's different than what the next person did. And we're looking through that lens. Perspective is a camera lens. And that lens comes from within you. So someone could be like a Pleiadian soul, and they think that they created Earth, or because they can't tap into the whole story, or they could be an Arcturian soul, or an Andromedan soul, or an architect, or an angelic, or a fairy, or a druid. So all of those perspectives are going to be colored by the soul. Then you have the inner child and the experiences that you've had in this lifetime. So let's say that you were raised with almost no money and it was always a struggle. You're carrying that wound, and if you don't heal it, then you're going to speak through the trauma of not having enough and not feeling worthy of having enough, possibly. So think about those things when you're listening to somebody, because you're not listening to your own perspective. If it's triggering you, then maybe there's something in it that you still need to heal. But basically, you're listening to somebody else's perspective. As long as you know that they're real and, maybe they're in your same soul group, maybe they're not, maybe they're just awakened, and we're all in our own process. Like, nobody here is completely awakened yet. We're in the process of it. So, because otherwise, there would be no veil. And for some, the veil is very thin and they can see right through it. But the collective has not reached that point at this point. And most of us are seeing through the veil half the time or some of the time. And then part of the time we're not, because we're running a program. And we're usually doing it with other people. So we're doing something with other people, and that is making it more solid. So just like when I go to the hospital to see my dad, it's more solid because he believes it's real. My mother believes it's real. And I don't completely believe it's real. At this point at all, but I believe it's his reality that he's creating and wants. So I try to make it more positive, work on the dynamics, of it all, and be more positive, because he's not feeling so positive about it, but it's starting to change. So that means he's starting to get better. So just thinking about those things and how we affect our own reality, how when we join with someone and we agree with them, how it affects our reality. And then also how everything within someone, all the little programs that had to do with pain or trauma or maybe beauty or amazing things that they've experienced, that affects what they're saying, because that's their camera lens. So if someone has been attacked in some way and they lock all their doors as soon as they get in to their car, they won't go running at night, they won't do certain things, not because it's common sense, but because something happened to them and their nervous system hasn't forgotten, and they've created it to be bigger than it actually needs to be, like for the future. A lot of our lessons are very hard. And those lessons don't need to be carried. We just need to learn what they're from, and then we can let go. But we don't always let go. Sometimes we turn it into a program and a lens. So we live and morph ourselves around that. So think about that. Like, what lenses are you looking through? And what feels true for you? And is the person speaking, are they triggering you? Are they speaking through their own lens, but does it agree with yours? And are you learning something from them that feels right in your heart? Or are you questioning their reality? So think about those things when you're listening to other people, because we all have our own lens. And through this awakening, I've learned so much, and my lens has changed tremendously. It's gotten bigger and bigger. But there are still things that I notice that pop up once in a while, and some of them I haven't noticed yet, and I might be living them every day. But they'll pop up and I'll be like, oh, maybe I don't need that anymore. Maybe I don't need to feel that way. Maybe I don't need to look at it that way. And that is the constant shifting and changing of our reality. So I hope that this helps and makes sense, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing day.